Hey everybody and welcome to this video. I'm Inxlaura123 and in this video I'm going to be reading you a list, okay? So it's the 11 of the worst people that you can work with list, okay? So I got this from read.co.uk. I'll put the link down below. And I just think it's really funny, and it definitely got me thinking, you know, about people who I've worked with and work with now, and also about myself. Like, am I like really horrible to work with? Am I any of these kind of characters in The Office? Probably. So yeah, play along at home whilst you're watching this. You know, does this remind you of anyone, or are you know, like any of these people that I'm going to mention? So let's get started. 11 of the worst people that you can work with. So I've wrote all these notes out here and my handwriting is terrible, so I hope I can actually read my own handwriting. So number one, the slacker. Okay, so basically telltale signs of being a slacker. They sit there and they just kind of like look like they're working but they're not, you know, like they're just like making out they're working but they're not. They kind of stare into space a bit sometimes, but their main talent is just doing nothing, basically. They're commonly found pretending to be talking about work, but in fact they're not even talking about work, or having their like 10th break of the day, you know, that, oh, I'm just going out for a cigarette break, or I'm just going out for a coffee break. Like, yeah, all right then, 10 breaks a day. And also playing games on their phone in the toilet. Yeah, we've all done it. I'll be honest, I have done it. I'm bored in work and I just go in the toilet and sit and play on my phone and my games and stuff. So yeah, are you, or do you know, the slacker? So number two, the suck up. So basically shameless effort to persuade boss to put them above everyone else. They've got to be the best, the most liked, the most loved in the office, and they'll suck up to the bosses, literally suck up. So they make everything seem like it was their idea. I hate that. I used to work with this girl, and like if anyone else had come up with an idea, she'd claim it was her idea. She'd be like, oh yeah, I thought of that, that was my idea. And you just kind of look at it and think, no, it wasn't. So yeah, and they do this really annoying thing, the thumbs up. That's just so irritating when they do that. And yet they're normally seen like having friendly banter and chats with the senior staff members. They have to look like, you know, they're really in with the top bosses kind of people. And they confess their self-proclaimed greatness all the time. Oh, I'm so wonderful, I'm so wonderful. So are you like that? Or do you know someone like that? Number three, the gossiper. Now, I have been known to be a bit of a gossip in my time. Not as much now, but back in the day, I was a gossip at work. So, the gossiper, much more comfortable criticising people behind their backs. And they kind of have this knowledge of everyone, everything, you know, everything that's going on with everyone. They're commonly found like just hanging around by the water cooler or in the little kitchen area, making coffee, having a gossip about people. And they always cover their tracks by abruptly changing the subject. So if someone comes in, they'll be like, oh yeah, anyway, so what? It's honestly, it's something that so many people do in the office. Like, literally over the years I've worked at lots of different places, and there's always one or two that are just gossips, like gossip. So there we go, and I was one as well. Number four, the oversharer. Unstoppable urge to bring up every aspect of their life, like literally everything. You know everything about their life, do you know what I mean? They share intimate details of their life, and they just, like, they're always asking you things like how to improve their life. Like, I don't know, for example, if they've got like an online dating profile, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I put this picture on? It's like they constantly need your approval and help, and they just want to like tell you everything, and like you found out what they did when they were at school, and like who they're like in relationships with, etc. And they just want to share everything about themselves, even if you don't want to hear it. So are you an oversharer, or do you know an oversharer? Next up, number five, the hothead. Now that is me sometimes. I'm quite a fiery character. The hothead, inability to deal with anything calmly, okay? So they're basically like the loose cannon of the workplace. And they're very angry, they're very like unpredictable, you don't know how they're going to react to something, and their face is normally like this bright red colour, like they just look permanently angry. I remember I used to work with a guy years and years ago, and he always had like this red face, like, and I used to think it at first it was because he was just a bit hot. Not like hot, oh hello, like hot as in temperature. But then the more I got to know him, he was just like permanently stressed and angry and just like built up anger, and he'd just have this bright red face. And also they're found mostly shouting, swearing, and also doing this, waving their arms around, especially when they're talking, like that. So yeah, I am a bit of a hothead, I'll be honest, sometimes. Next up, number 6, the micromanager. Constantly needing to interfere, trying to take over, trying to take control. And they're just found everywhere. They're just everywhere, like butting in and be like, telling you what's what. I'm not controlling, I'm just aggressively helping. So yeah, we've all known people like that. They kind of like, you know, overstep the mark. They think they're the boss and you're like, whatever. So next up, number 7, the complainer. I'm definitely this one. I'll go through at the end what ones I'm for definite, but I know I'm the complainer. So the complainer vents and moans, and they're sad, and they moan, and they moan, and they moan some more. And they're always pointing out problems, and they're negative, and they're just always asking when, you know, when they can go home. When it's, you know, the end of the day and they can just leave the office, because they're just complaining about everything. I'm definitely that. And number 8, the overworker. I'm definitely not that. Don't know why I did that sassy little... Anyway. The overworker. Flustered expression on their face all the time. They're like... like that. That's the only impression I can do of it. They always look stressed out. They always feel stressed out. They always are stressed out. There's always like this big stack of paperwork. And as much as they get through it, there's still more and more to do. It's kind of like they bite off more than they can chew. And where are they found? Well, they're found working at home, and they're found working in the office, and they're found working on holiday, they're found working in bed. They just work all the time. They can't get it out of their mind. They can't stop working. As I say, this is definitely not me. Next up, number 9, the talker. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, and you are right. I do like a bit of a chat. So the talker, ability to overthrow any meeting, conversation or presentation with the sound of their own voice. Yeah, I do kind of like the sound of my own voice sometimes. But then other times I can actually be quite shy and quiet. I know you find that hard to believe, but it really is true. I'm either really loud and raw, or just like mute and just like a little rabbit. They're always interrupting people when they talk. I have been known to do that, and it's a really bad habit, but I do it sometimes. And they make really rubbish jokes, and they're always talking about themselves, and yeah, I'm starting to get like a complex here. But yeah, that's the talker. Then at number 10, we have the antagonist. The love of pointing out people's flaws, searching for problems, always looking for something, you know, they can moan about and have problems with. They make kind of like mountains out of molehills, and they always have to say, I'm not being horrible, I'm just being cruel to be kind. It's in your best interest, I'm helping you out. And you're like, and number 11, the snitch. Don't like snitches. So the snitch, dropping co-workers in it, okay? Always like the ones who are like, did you know that so-and-so was with so, and she did, yeah. I can't stand a snitch. Even though I have maybe snitched on people in work in the past. Eavesdropping on people's conversations and going on social media to dish the dirt. They're looking for dirt and they're going to dish it. So there we go. So, yeah, they are apparently, according to Reed, the agency, they are the worst kind of people that you can work with. So let me go through that list once again and see what I think I am. It's worrying that I am a lot of these, as I say. So, the slacker, I you know, look, sometimes I work really hard. I go into work and I give it my all and I really try hard. other times I can't get motivated, I can't get into it, and I try, but I'm just like, I can't be bothered, and I stare at the space, and yeah. So I am sometimes, not all the time, a bit of a slacker. Suck up. Yeah, I kind of am a bit of a suck up to my bosses. It's not like full on, but I have, and I do suck up to my bosses a bit, you know. You got it, haven't you, to get on. What else? I've come out of my list order. Oh, this isn't the order that I read it out in, but it doesn't matter. The antagonist, I don't really think I'm like that. I try and like make people more positive about themselves, not negative. So I don't think I'm like that. The snitch, I have snitched on. I don't like it when people snitch, but yeah, I have snitched on people in the past, but they deserved it. Yeah. The overworker, I'm definitely not. No way. I literally go work, come out, and that's it. It's gone. Literally. The talker, yes, I am a very talkative person. As I say, not all the time though. The micromanager, I'm not really. I don't think I am now. But in the past, possibly a little bit. I do like to kind of rule the roost, I suppose. But I don't know. I don't think I'm that much, to be honest. The complainer, 100%. Yeah, I complain a lot. I'm always like, oh, but I don't want to do this, and this isn't set out right, and this isn't working, and blah, 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 blah. I want to go home. Number 4, the oversharer. Yeah, I do kind of like open up about myself. I mean, at the moment, I'll tell you about what I do in my job at the moment in a minute, but like at the moment, I don't need to share about my life because I work with my mum and my fiance, so they kind of know about my life anyway. But in the past, I don't know, like, it depends. If I've got close to people I've worked with and I've become good friends with them, then I probably would kind of share information about my past or my present, things like that. So, I don't know. It depends on what job I had and who I had as friends then, how close of friends they were. I wouldn't just be like one of these sort of oversharers when they tell everyone everything. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't tell everyone my business, only if I feel like I trust them and I like them. Hothead, definitely. I'm very, not as much like, I mean, this is all about having a red face and getting really angry and shouting. I'm not like that much, but I do get angry. Like, little things irritate me. Like, if the laptop at work doesn't work, or if something on our system's not working, I'm like, stop it, work. So I do get a bit angry, but I don't get angry with people. I get more angry at, like, the laptop kind of thing, or if the Wi-Fi's not working, things like that. Have I said these? I can't remember what I've done now. I think, and the gossiper. Yeah, I'm definitely a gossip. Not as bad as I used to be, but I used to be quite a gossip. I think I've read these out, haven't I? Yeah, anyway. So, yeah, a lot of people always ask me, what do I do as a job? And a lot of people, for some reason, think that YouTube is my job, my full-time job. I wish it was. I wish I was making enough money that YouTube could be my job. Maybe one day, you know, I will. But at the moment, I do have to work like a normal job. So basically at the moment I work for a company, and I actually work with my mum in the office. It's a small office, and I work with my mum and also with Nathan as well, my fiance. And we basically do like tendering, and it's very confusing, but basically like when offices around the country have, you know, like the vending machines, like coffee machines, tea and coffee, hot chocolate, or water coolers, things like that. So we kind of sell those machines and the contracts for them. So that's what I do, and I've been doing this for a long time now. But before that, I've had like so many different jobs. Like maybe one day I'll do a video telling you what jobs I've had in the past, because I did have a lot of jobs when I was younger. Because I used to be a temp. I used to work for like different agencies, and so they would send me to different companies to work. I'd be somewhere for 2 weeks, and somewhere for like 6 months, and then somewhere for a day, and that's why I got like a lot of jobs. And for a time I actually worked at the agency itself, which I loved. I think that was one of my favourite jobs, because I felt so like powerful, like these people coming in and I'd find them work, and you know, I'd look at their CV and see if they were good enough and things like that to work for us. And I did get a bit of a power trip when I was doing that, I'll be honest with you. But then, unfortunately, the agency actually closed down. Not because of me, by the way. Don't think so. But yeah, like, so I've done lots of different jobs over the years, and I've worked with so many different types of people. Some really nice, some not so nice. I had a stalker for a while as well. Yeah, he was weird. He used to like send me messages saying I'm watching you in the shadows and things like that. But like, ooh, he was weird. Someone I worked with actually, very, very creepy boy. Ooh. Give me the shivers there thinking about it. It was creepy. But yeah, I've had really good friends that I've made. You know, when I've worked with people and stuff. But I've also had like enemies who I know didn't like me and would always try and get me into trouble. So, yeah, I think my favourite job of all time I've had, actually, was the driving test centre. So, basically, when people would come and do their driving tests, but not the actual practical test, it was the theory driving test part. So, you do your theory first, and then you do your practical. And I used to give out the results to people of their theory driving test. So they'd come in and I'd have to, you know, check all the details are correct and stuff like that. And these people were so nervous. Some of them were like, whatever, I'll pass. But some people were really nervous. So you have to like calm them down. You have to tell them exactly what to do. You have to do all the security checks on them. And then, you know, you set up all their tests for them. Then you give them their results. And I really enjoyed that. I absolutely loved it. It was probably, I would say, my best job. I worked with 2 different people because they do shifts. One guy was just so funny. Like, he was really just so funny. He was an older man. And I think, what's his name? Dave. I think his name was Dave. I still picture his face and everything. He was so nice and funny and bubbly. But yeah, as soon as the people come in, he would just change. He'd be really like serious and professional, you know. But we used to have a proper laugh in the office and stuff together. And there was another guy I worked with, I can't remember his name at all. And I remember at first he was like really serious, and I was actually like, don't think we're gonna get on too well. But once I think he warmed to me. I think we got used to each other, and he got used to my kind of wacky and weird personality. And I think he warmed to me, and we started to get on really well. So he was a nice man to work with, but I really loved that. It was a great job, and the only reason I left that is because I got another job that was full-time, because at the driving test centre it was only like a temporary position. I was like covering for someone, so that was sad. I was really upset when that ended. But anyway, I'm blabbering on. But yeah, so basically I've done a lot of jobs, and I've worked since I was, well, literally after I left college I started working. So I do enjoy working, but obviously, you know, I'm also pleased when it's the weekend and I finish work for the day, that kind of thing. So yeah, and one day I hope YouTube will be my full-time job. I know some people do it. I mean, there's a lot of YouTubers who do like Patreon and things like that, where they get paid from their viewers. I don't know, like part of me thinks I want to do it because it'd be great to, you know, earn money like if other people do on YouTube. But the other part of me thinks, I don't know, could I do it? I'm a bit weird, like I feel a bit guilty taking money off my viewers. That sounds really odd, maybe I need to be more ruthless minx. But I don't know, I'm not comfortable with it. And I know a lot of my friends do, my fellow YouTubers that I know, they do Patreon and it works for them, everything's good. But I don't know, maybe one day. I mean, I've always said that I wouldn't do Patreon, but now I'm thinking, well, you know, like it's still a kind of job for me. I put in a lot of work. I've got, you know, my 2 channels here on YouTube. I put in a lot of work to them, both making the videos, editing, you know, buying props and stuff like that, so and equipment. But I don't know, maybe one day I'll have Patreon, but at the moment, not. But I'm not saying never. So anyway, but tell me what you do for jobs. Comment down below. I love reading your comments. Tell me what job you do, or what jobs you've done in the past, what job you'd love to do, like what are your dream jobs, or maybe when you was a kid, what did you want to be when you grow up? I was always asked that as a kid, what job do you want to do when you grow up? And I had some weird, messed up answers. Like, I wanted to be a bingo caller. That was like one of my main jobs that I wanted to do. I wanted to be a bingo caller. No word of a lie. Also, I wanted to be a hairdresser, but I used to practice on my Barbie's hair, and it wasn't a good result. So I realised that hairdressing probably wasn't the way forward for me career-wise. What else did I want to do? I wanted to be a secretary, because that was what my mum was at her office, and I used to obviously, you know, go to work with her sometimes and sit in the office with her and like watch her work, and I'd be like, I want to be a secretary. But yeah, my main thing that I wanted to do was be a bingo caller. It's embarrassing. Oh, but then actually, that's not true. There was something else I wanted to do. I wanted to be a radio presenter, and then like a TV or radio presenter. But that was like, when I was young, it was a little hobby. I used to make like little radio shows, and then when I got like to my teenage years, I actually went to college to study media and communications, which I passed, by the way. I have a diploma. But yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be the radio or TV presenter, and I got offered a job at Virgin Radio in London. And I when I was younger, why? I turned it down, because I was too like scared of travelling all the way to London on my own every day, so I turned down the job. And I also got offered a job at Nickelodeon television station, where I'd done work experience. And yeah, I turned that down for the same reason. I was too anxious and scared to travel to London. It's really sad now. Like I wish my anxiety wouldn't have stopped me doing so much. Do you know what I mean? But there we go. But the way I look at it, I'm kind of living the dream now, being on YouTube. I know that sounds really like weird, but it's true. Like, YouTube is a massive platform. Like, you know, I do kind of feel like I'm presenting videos, and I'm doing my own thing, like a little show. So kind of in a roundabout way, all that studying I'd done at college and my dreams to be a DJ or, you know, TV presenter have kind of come true. And, you know, all right, I could have got a job on a radio station or something, but you get more, you know, people watching you and listening to you on YouTube. Like, my videos go all around the world. So, you know, I'm really rambling on. I'm really sorry. So basically, I hope you enjoyed the video. And let me know if you are one of these or more of the worst people that you can work with off this list, or do you know people who are like that? So thanks for watching. Listen to me ramble on and stuff, but I'll see you very soon. Don't forget to come follow me on social media. I have Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. All the links are down below. So Twitter is at minxlaura123, Instagram is minxlaura123, and Facebook is minx.laura.5. I always forget that one for some reason, but anyway, so yeah, come and follow me there. And also, please check out my other YouTube channel. It's minxlaura123 ASMR. For those of you that don't know, I make ASMR videos, autonomous sensory meridian response. Basically, these weird but good relaxation videos to help people with anxiety, insomnia, depression. You get like a tingly sensation when you watch ASMR videos. So go and check out minxlaura123 ASMR, and you'll kind of hopefully experience tingles and relaxation from that channel. Okay, right, so thanks for watching, everyone. Take care of yourself, lots of love. Please comment down below. I love reading your comments, and I'll see you very soon. Mwah.